Today, Ryan and I are rolling out
Ooh.
the red carpet for you. Excuse the pun, but red carpet is one of the next games from Devir, and it is one of the games they're going to have at Gen Con. This is part of our Road to Gen Con coverage. We just had a chance to play a little bit of it. The first thing I want to point out, and we'll get to the game in a second, but I'll show pictures of this. The board is actually red felt. It's
that is nice. That is really nice.
Fuzzy, like a red carpet, which is really cool. But this is a game, I don't know if it was inspired by Picture Perfect, but very similar to Picture Perfect in that you're going to be positioning phones around the board, taking some photos. Although where Picture Perfect is kind of like a deduction game, this is definitely more of a traditional game where you're trying to vie against the other players as effectively paparazzi. You're taking photography around a red carpet to an awards ceremony, trying to get shots of these celebrities amongst all of these entourage. And you're going to score various number of points for the qualities of your pictures. But at the end, too, there's going to be votes for who wins the awards, and those pictures of those celebrities are going to be worth more.
Yeah, I'll say right off the bat, this is unlike, I think, anything that Devir has done in the past. And it's quite unique in general. Like, we have seen games integrate phones, but the fact that you're literally thematically taking pictures of these celebrities by actually taking pictures of these celebrities is pretty novel. And it's all done through these multi-use cards. One thing I want to say off the top of the video is that this game can be quite mean. Like you think, okay, it's very easy. You're just taking pictures of these celebrities, but a big integral component is you're moving this, like what they call a tripod along the board, and this will actually hold your phone. It literally sits in this tripod, and you're going to try to line up your shot, but other players are going to move cards. Yeah, you can set up your own shot, but I think more likely you want to screw up other people's shots. And that can be kind of mean.
That can happen. I don't know that the rule book actually uses the term paparazzi anywhere.
It's kind of a loaded term.
But what made me think of that is how mean the game can be and how cutthroat it can be at times, because someone could position their shot. I could play my next card and have that celebrity turn around.
Well, yeah,
so now that person's getting a picture of the back of their head, which is worth far fewer points.
It's very much like paparazzi. Like, you're literally playing these cards, and the way we described it, you're trying to position. You're like, hey, over here, look over here. You're telling these actors to like move over a little bit, or like turn around, or look at me, or come closer to me. And every time you do that, every time you manipulate the board, you're moving the celebrities around, but you're also moving around their entourage. And if these entourage slip into your photos, they're worth negative points.
Yeah.
So you want to clear them out of your shots, but more often I think you want to just kind of force your opponents to take photos that are full of these entourages. So I don't want to call it like a tug of war, but it almost feels that way as you're jockeying to get the attention of some of these celebrities.
It can be. I would say that if you spend too much of your time each round trying to foil the plans of other players, you then will just take what you can get because you haven't spent your cards sort of positioning yourself to get a good photo. And you only get 5 cards. But before that, each round, you're going to flip over one of these limousine cards. These first 6 spots are going to clear out, so everyone's going to move down. And eventually, as characters, entourage or celebrities, move off the end of the red carpet, which is where they're arriving at the award ceremony, the entourage will come back into the pool of entourage to be put out on the board. The celebrities, they're gone. They're in the award ceremony. No more pictures of that celebrity. So if you wanted to get a picture of a particular celebrity for reasons, which we'll get into, you don't have that opportunity anymore. So there's an interesting sort of timing as it relates to these limousines opening up, people filling in. You're going to get a couple more celebrities each time. They're going to be facing different directions. You can see, well, you probably can't see here, but the board has 2 sides on either side of the red carpet. When you're going to be playing to position your tripod, you can actually position on either side of the carpet in these different numbered spaces. But like I said, you do get 5 cards, and Ryan mentioned that these are multi-use cards. On your turn, you're going to play one of these cards to do a number of different things. One, you can position your tripod. So if you play a card with the number 3 on it, I can put it here, or I can put it in the 3 spot on the other side. Another thing is you can
manipulate.
Manipulate is maybe the right term.
It is the term. I mean, you're manipulating the board state out here by moving people around. And we mentioned a little bit of this. You can literally move them down. You can swap places with people. You can make them turn around. So right when your opponent goes to snap that shot, now they're getting the back of their head.
Ryan did that to me.
Well, it's part of, you're, like I said, the cards are multi-use, but one of the primary uses is to set up your shot. And then you're still going to play 2 more cards. So if you already have a good shot, assuming nobody messes with it, you might need your cards to reset your shot, but you can also mess with other people. But the main reason you're doing this is because each shot, and at the end of the round you take the shot, it's going to be worth a varying amount of points. And there's a whole scorecard that lists a bunch of different possibilities for shots. Like, are they right in front of you? Are they in your lane? Are they facing you? Did you get a picture of one of the entourage? But also, there's all these icons around the board, and you're trying to like capture those icons in the pictures too. So there's a lot that you're having to think about.
Those icons, it's very thematic, and those icons are part of it. Those icons are supposedly sponsor icons. You know, if you've ever seen photos on the red carpet, there's always that banner behind them that has like the award ceremony name and then like Gatorade or whatever, you know. There's a bunch of different icons, and you randomly assign those to characters. So at the beginning of the game, you can go, okay, when this, by the way, these are not real characters, but they look like real characters from Hollywood's heyday. So I'm going to just say, when Alfred Hitchcock is in front of those particular icons, that's the spot where it's going to be best. So he might come here at the beginning of the game, and it might not be the best time to take the photo. You might want to wait till round 2 to get your Alfred Hitchcock shot, but you're risking someone going, oh, Alfred Hitchcock, here, just go to the awards ceremony.
Speed him down the line.
Now I got my little shot that was maybe worth 4 points or 5 points, but no one else is getting a shot of Alfred Hitchcock. So you've banked some points effectively that no one else is going to be able to get.
Well, and speaking of points, these are going to score a variety of number of points, up to potentially 10 points if you can get a perfect shot, meaning everything lines up. But at the start of the game, you're going to choose a VIP. And this is pretty thematic too, because this feels very much like a paparazzi move. Yeah, you'll set somebody aside. You'll put the token.
That's the Lifetime Achievement Award
The Lifetime Achievement Award winner. They're worth double points. So you kind of have that moment, which feels fun. When they step out of the limousine, everybody goes over there because this one's now worth double points. And so everybody's fighting to get pictures of the Lifetime Achievement Award winner. But that also means that maybe they're not fighting to get pictures of Hitchcock. And now you're the only one trying to get pictures of him. So there is a lot for a game that is, simple in nature. There's a lot of jockeying for position to get photos of all these people.
Oh, for sure. And Ryan, I'm surprised you didn't mention this too.
I haven't yet.
Like the Lifetime Achievement Award winner, each of these 3 columns, there's going to be an award. One of those characters or one of those celebrities is going to win an award for each of the categories that they're nominated in. One of the other uses for your cards is to vote. So the cards are going to have all the different actions that we've talked about, but it's also going to picture one of the celebrities. This one is Groucho Marx. I could place Groucho Marx in there, and at the end of the game, we're going to take all of these cards, and there's 4 Groucho Marx. So effectively, whoever of these 3 characters in each column has the most votes is going to win that category, and they too are going to be double the points. So you kind of have some information as you vote so that you know, and maybe no one else does, that just like the Lifetime Achievement Award winner, you know a character or a celebrity that's going to come out that you want to clamor after, but maybe everyone else doesn't exactly know that.
And you might think that you've loaded, I've put 3 in there, but every other player's put 3 each of somebody else. So, and voting is mandatory. At the end of the round, you've got those 5 cards, you're going to play 3 of them. 2 are left, you're going to discard 1, and the other one has to be used for voting. So when you're looking at your hand and you're kind of planning it out, it's very easy to get distracted saying, these 3 cards are perfect for lining up a shot, and then realize, oh, now I'm voting for somebody that I didn't get a photo of, and you don't really get to choose. So you have to be kind of aware of all the different functions of the card, not to mention that those cards are the only way to set up your shots. So if you're left with a card, your last play is like a 1, which is this row here, and all the celebrities are over here, you can still take a shot from an angle, but it's a lot harder to take an angled shot.
It's going to be a few points.
It's going to be way less points potentially if you do that. So you need to be cognizant of all these things while you're planning your hand, and you need to be aware that other players are going to move your perfect shot. They're going to move it around. So you might want to save some cards to try to fix that too if you can.
Another interesting decision point that comes in too is later in the game, say in the first round or 2, you took a really good shot, right? So you got like maybe not 10 points, but maybe somewhere between 7 and 9 points for that celebrity. In later rounds, you're not only voting mandatorily at the end of the round, but you can spend your cards that way. So the 3 cards that you play, one of the options is just to keep voting. And so in later rounds, if you're like, well, I don't have a good shot of anyone, but I have 2 more Groucho Marx, vote.
Yeah.
So you can help ensure that you're going to maximize the points you got for that one character that you got a really good photo on.
Yeah.
It's a really thematic game. I would say I never played Picture Perfect. You played Picture
I
Perfect.
did. This is I think you might want to say, just from looking at it, but the gameplay feel is very different.
Gameplay, completely different experience. I would say this is probably one of the things that Devir does do, even though it's not like this. They have a lot of thematic games. Rock Hard
sure.
was a really thematic game. And Devir does. Sometimes they go out there and do something different, right?
And this is
Very different.
very unique.
So definitely go check this out at their booth at Gen Con. If you have any other questions at all, please make them in the comments below. We'll get down there and answer whatever we can. Until next time, though, make sure everyone has fun at the table, and we'll see you then.